So the Lord's about to hit this place with thermonuclear missiles, ICBMs, what they would call what? Weapons of mass destruction, right? This is what he's preparing for this place. Matter of fact, let's get that Isaiah 54:16. Let's get that. And let me get 2 Timothy 3:10.
This is Isaiah.
Isaiah 54:16.
This is Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right, so the Lord have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Now, if you go back to the book of Isaiah 44:12, he tells you about that, man. He said the smith does what? He takes the hammer and the tongues to create the weapon, man. Go ahead,
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
So the Lord have created the waster to destroy, man. Right? So, hey, multitudes, like the brother put out earlier in 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22, it says a multitude shall perish which was born in vain, man. A multitude could deal with billions of fucking people, man. Right? Let's get that Peter's.
Second Tim, you said Tim.
Second Peter's 3:10.
2 Peter's chapter 3. Salakia. 2 Peter's 3:10. It says, but the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So destruction is coming, man. The Most High is about to burn this place up off the face of the earth. So you're going to have all these things take place, from the vaccinations, right, to people being forced with the RFID chip, to you being put in concentration camps or being quarantined, whatever the hell that's going to happen, and then thermonuclear missiles, man. This is what's coming, man. This is why these nations are constantly building weapons of mass destruction, right? Go ahead, Doc.
It says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
So the Lord said, for these things shall be dissolved, man. Dissolved. So, hey, that's beautiful, man. So we know what's coming. Like I said, we know the future. We have the future right here in our hands, man. The scriptures tell us. Go ahead, Doc. 2 Ezra 16:13.
The 2 Ezra 16.
What'd you say you had a precept? Go ahead with your precept.
This is a quick one. Isaiah 24:6. It says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Ooh, it says the inhabitant of the earth are burned, and few men left. What? That was what?
Isaiah 24:6.
Hey, that links with 2 Ezra's when it talks about the only thing to be perceived as dust and smell of smoke.
Bring that
A
back.
few men left. You know?
Isaiah 24:6, it says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Yep.
That's beautiful. Go ahead, huh?
This is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 13, and reads,
God damn.
for strong is his right hand that bent. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
Right.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp.
So we know those not talking about actual arrows, man. You can't shoot an arrow from a continent to a continent. So what could that possibly be talking about? Go ahead, Doc.
And shall not miss. And when they begin,
So how should they shall not miss? Now, if you watch a jet, right, from the F-16, from the F-this, and Jet 22s and all that shit, when they shoot a missile out, what is that missile? It's a heat-seeking missile. So a heat-seeking missile, the majority of the time, it doesn't miss. But when it does miss, it only misses because of flares. But the spirit of the Most High is going to be in the missiles of these nuclear missiles, man. And those things aren't going to miss. And it tells you that in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter. Go ahead, Doc.
Con. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. And when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world,
Right?
behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again.
Right, it says plagues, so multiple plagues are going to take place. But what is one of the main plagues? Let's get Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. Go ahead, Doc.
In Zechariah 14 and 12, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Man.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right, so all these things are going to take place during what? Let me get Revelations 11 and 14.
I'm there.
Revelations 11.
Spurt.
Spur.
Revelation 11 and 14, it says, the second woe is past,
Right.
and behold, the third woe cometh quick.
Right, so all these things are going to take place during the times of World War III, man. Right? It's going to be a war to end all wars, man. Go ahead, Up.
Come on. What up? Starting verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again.
Let me get Jeremiah 51 and 9. How much time we got?
10 minutes, 11
51
minutes.
and 9.
And
51 and 9.
until they come
50
upon the
and
world,
9.
it's like upon the earth, the fire is kindled, and it shall not be put out.
It says the fire is kindled, it should not be put out. So you're not gonna have these big red trucks that makes all these noise, come with their water hoses, talking about like the brother said. Hey, you ain't gonna be able to put out this water, man. I mean this fire, man. This fire gonna burn through your shit. Go ahead, Ike.
Come on. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundation of the earth,
Right?
like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, or turneth not backward.
It's not gonna turn backwards. So you're not gonna be able to put something in the system to where you had a damn nuclear missile
Fail
turn
safes
around
and shit.
like Magneto did in First Class.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ike.
Why would you put a failsafe on something that's hypersonic?
Right.
It has no time to move left or
stop,
right,
right.
you know?
Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
Right. So you're not gonna turn around and the diseases leave. That's why when you have people get HIV and all kind of other shit, you know, Esau is not trying to put a cure out there because he's not permitted to put one out there. Go ahead, Ike.
Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Beginning of sorrow and great mourning, beginning of famine and great death,
Right.
beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from the wickedness,
Right.
nor be,
That's how wicked they are, man. Even though all these things gonna come, they're still not gonna turn from
No
their wickedness.
repentance.
We're living in times like that.
No.
We out here prophesying about all these things taking place, and you still got niggas like, nah, nigga, I still believe in Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Ike.
nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals, what shall be so good cheap on earth.
Right, and they're gonna have to do that. Why? Because people aren't gonna be able to afford that shit. That's why you got all these billionaires trying to put their money into affordable housing. They're trying to make cheaper the products because nobody can afford the shit anymore, man. So you're gonna have no choice but to make shit cheaper, like a drug dealer do.
Yep.
He said, "Well, as long as I can make shit cheaper and sell it more, I get
Yep.
more customers."
Yep.
That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
Go
cut
ahead.
your shit 10 times more, and you ain't gonna have nothing real, man.
Go ahead.
They that shall think of themselves to be in a good
case.
cause,
Yep.
it's like good case, and even them shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
There you go, man. Sword, famine, and great confusion. But other than that, man, we're gonna go ahead and end it from there. We're gonna say Barak the Yahweh,
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 Bahashem
Bahashem
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash.
We'd like to say Shalom.
Shalom.